everybody, and welcome back to the Iron Ogre Chanel. And yes, I'm moving mad. Third video of the year, and it's also the third day of the year. That's right, lads. Ordered 3 times in a row, and I'm trying to do better this year with the amount of times I upload. And today we are going to be ranking every episode from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Now, I made this thumbnail quite a while ago. Actually, Buzz Lightning did do his own video on this, but to be honest, I don't even know if it exists anymore. I think he deleted the channel he did it on. But, the reason I'm doing this on this channel, because it's not really a movie or a TV show, is because it's sort of a series and it's got a big fan base around it, and it's got the fan base of a TV show. And to me anyway, it is a TV show. Plus, they're turning it into a real TV show and putting it on Channel 4. So, yeah, that's pretty great. So I thought I'd do it on this channel, and this is going to be a very different kind of video. Second ranking video. Actually, it's the third ranking video on the channel. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to rank every single Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared episode from the worst to the best. All 6 of them. Let's go. Now, last on our list is going to be episode 5, the healthy episode, and that's not to say that this is terrible at all. I think it's pretty decent. It's still, a part of that, iconic six episode adventure, isn't it? And it also does add a bit to the story, because like the red guy's missing and that, and like the way that of the meat and that and all the food just like stop singing when the phone rings, and how they don't sing as well. I've seen many theories about why they're doing that, and that just makes this even more interesting. But the problem is that these teachers are not very memorable at all, to be honest, and the lack of red guy is not very good, because he is like one of the standouts, and the song is not very memorable or catchy, so that's why it's last. Now, when I first started watching Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared properly, this was my least favourite. I just didn't really like anything about it. I think it dragged a lot, and, nothing really in particular that I enjoyed too much. But now, nowadays I think that I appreciate it more, because I think the song was pretty well written, and there's some beautiful special effects, and that the song is quite catchy, and we even get introduced to some new characters, even if they are only there for just that song. The only thing that really holds this back for me is that I do kind of think the song drags a little bit, but apart from that, I think it's great. The visuals are great, the effects are great, everything's great. Now, in number 4th place will be the last episode, which is episode 6. Now, I think this is still a great episode, even though it's in the bottom 3. It's just that, I think the other three episodes above this are more iconic, because this one is not a traditional Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared episode. It ends off this series in a very weird and strange way, where the teacher and the song aren't really the main thing about it. We get to spend more time with Red Guy, which I think is cool. Sorry, I'm out of breath. And I like the scenes where we get to have loads of callbacks to all the other teachers, and they get to pop up, which is really nice. But the thing is, though, it is pretty confusing. I mean, unless you watch some of the film theorist videos about this, it is really confusing. And I'm not saying that as like I think it's not creative in any way. Get it, creative. It's just, I mean, if anything, I think it's great that they're able to try and tell a story where you have to, think for yourself to what everything means, but the thing is, it doesn't feel like it should have been the end. I feel like we should have got some sort of continuation after this, and I think the Wakey Wakey series is going to be separate from this, so it just comes in at number 4. And also, the lamp and the song that he sings isn't very memorable, took me a while to remember what the song actually was like, so yeah. Now, coming in the top 3, we're in the top 3 now, and in 3rd place is episode 4, The Computer. Now, I really like this episode. The Computer is iconic. I like how he sounds really northern, mainly just because I'm northern myself, so it's great to hear some of that in Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And I think just the character himself is really cool. Like, the song he sings, his voice, it's just great, and the song is very memorable and one of the most catchiest ones in the series. I even got my dad singing it quite a lot. So I like the beginning intro where they're playing a card game, and that's cool, and you can tell the production is high because they have a bigger room, and I just love how everything's made out of sewing and knitting and whatever. The only thing that really holds us back for me is because Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is known for its gore, and this one really doesn't have any gore in it, so that's what holds it back. It also adds on to the story of what's really going on in this world, so that's great. Now, our runner-up is Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, episode 2. Now, this episode is really what introduced me to Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. It's probably, to a lot of people, and maybe to the internet, the most well-known and iconic one, because, it is what introduced me to it, and I think people, when talk about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, they think about this one and talk about this one a lot. Tony the Clock is so iconic that I was online shopping, and I've actually seen a clock with his face on it, and honestly, I really, really want it, but I don't know if I'll be getting it anytime soon. The song is catchy, it also has high production, this one. The song is great. I don't know all the words to it, but it's great. All the other characters are great, and it's definitely got that gore that the 4th one was missing. There's nothing really that holds it back, to be honest. It's just I prefer the first one over this. So, what is the first one? What is number 1? We'll see. Now, in first place, without question, is the first episode. Now, this has always been the best one for me. I think Buzz Lightning actually put it quite low on the list, and I can kind of see why. The budget's lower, they didn't put as much time and work into it as the others, I don't think, even though they still did put a lot of time and effort into it, probably just not as much as the others. And you don't fall in love with the characters yet in this one, you do that a bit later, and it also doesn't really point towards the big story really much. It's just sort of something random, and I think this was actually just going to be a one-off random thing that Becky and Joe were going to do, and they didn't have the big idea to make a whole story out of it, so I can kind of understand why people would have this lower, but I love it. It's iconic. It's an iconic piece of YouTube, really. I'm pretty sure I know all the words to the song, which I can't say for any of the others. That's how iconic it is and catchy it is. And the teacher is easily the most, memorable one. She's just got a great personality, and you just love her when she's on screen. She even pops up in some of the others in a way, sometimes just a little cameo in the background. But honestly, this is great. Even though it's lower budget, it still looks fabulous, and honestly, I kind of love it, guilty pleasure. And it's also got that goriness, and since this is the first episode, when you first watch it, you don't expect any of it, but when you watch the other episodes, there's going to be something gory going on. So this one has that element of surprise, so that's why it comes in at number 1. So that was just my ranking of the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared series. By no means is this the right and correct ranking. This is just my opinion, and you most likely have a very different one. I would like to see what your rankings are in the comments, and I would like to know if you've seen the series and what you think of it. And Buzz Lightning, if you've deleted that other video, you better tell me in the comments what your ranking is, because that would be very interesting to see if I was right about how low the first episode was on your list. I hope to do more videos like this again, more rankings. It's going to be one of my new main series right next to reviews, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Just don't expect too many Don't Look Me I'm Scared videos, because honestly, apart from the new series that's coming out, there's probably going to be nothing more of Don't Look Me I'm Scared. I'm probably just going to upload this, and then when the series comes out, I'll review that, and if they make more seasons, I'll review them. That's basically it. There's not much more to say. Goodbye. I hope you're having a good 2021 so far.